Hi, I'm Neil from Beechwood Tree Care, and being a big old tree geek, I am incredibly lucky that some of the trees that I get to work with and some of the people that I get to work alongside. I was recently working alongside Guy Watson, who I have an incredible amount of respect for. He's a really knowledgeable consultant and just a really all-round good guy, if you'll excuse the pun. He talked in this video about how when a tree hollows out, it's actually not a bad thing. He's actually just chatting to one of the National Trust gardeners at a site that we were working at on a big London plain that was completely hollow, and he was just explaining to her how a tree hollowing out is actually a good thing for the tree, and actually for its structural and its physical growth is okay. And that's kind of counterproductive to the way that perhaps we would just normally think. So I managed to capture it on video and I wanted to share it with you. Here it is.
It's taking out that central column of the tree, which is irrelevant. Trees don't need the middle. Grow around the outside each year. Yeah. All the active transport is around the outside. And trees not being stupid, they don't need to maintain and defend all that. So they let it go into heartwood. Are you in heartwood?
Hardwood.
Heartwood.
No.
So the centre of a tree, centre of an oak tree, centre of a yew tree will be really dark brown compared to the white, clean wood around the outside. So that's the active transport. That's the heartwood in the middle was active transport but isn't now effective. Tree doesn't need it because it's going to produce a new one each year, so it just walls it out and it fills it full of phenols and superins that don't need it. So the centre of a tree is irrelevant both to vitality, physiology and structure. Doesn't need it because a cylinder is engineering. Cylinder is stronger than a solid. It's got a little bit twist that a solid doesn't have. Next time you're really bored, try and stand on an empty Coke can. Really thin shell walls, but if you load it directly across the top, so you really carefully stand on it and really carefully keep your load directly down, it won't crumble. If you move sideways, it will collapse underneath. And that's what a cylinder is. That's what that is. That's why that hasn't failed. Because it's still got a cylinder around the outside, and in the really big wind it will twist a little bit, whereas if I'm really solid I'll probably break. So if you talk to the ancient tree forum guys and the veteran tree guys, the fungi that decay out the middle of a tree is really good, and it's a symbiotic relationship, and it's allowing those big old solid trees to become lighter because you take a load of weight out, slightly more flexible, yeah, and therefore more resilient. And that's why we've got ancient trees, and that's why trees can live for 1,000 years, because they kind of recycle themselves. All the aerial rooting that's coming down inside that as well has gone down through that decaying wet timber. Yeah. So in theory, it's all a natural process, and it's great. And in a wild woodland and an ancient forest, it doesn't matter if it falls over, does it? It's slightly different here, and it's got to be managed. But